Welcome to the Pish Tosh podcast with Emma Red March Rose.
Thank you for listening as I share my interviews with students of the performing arts.
Hey, you want to hear some facts about a group or a team or some one-man acts? Things like leprechaun, cereal, all kinds of other weekly new material, how gingers are inferior, and strategies to fix your brain's interior. Things like pogo sticks, politics, heretics, lucky tricks, topic picks, and ass kicks. An awkward middle name guessing game. Enjoy the show, I'm glad you came. We're striving, conniving, surviving, and high-fiving. We're talking wins and losses. We're feeling like we're bosses. Better buckle up, be cautious, because this might just make you feel solace, or thoughtless, or flawless, or nauseous. A relief for the typecast, a remedy for the overcast, a reward for the steadfast. This is the Pish Tosh podcast.
Today's podcast features Nicole Perkowitz. I've been lucky enough to perform with Nicole 3 times in just the past week and a half. We did the musical improv jam at Second City, we did a coached ensemble performance, and a pillow fight competition, all at Second City. It was so much fun. I look forward to doing more coached ensemble shows with her December 5th, 12th, and 19th. I hope you guys enjoy. Bing! I am here with Nicole Perkowitz. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, girl, hey.
So we are in coached ensemble together currently, and by the time this comes out, we will have done our first performance.
Wow, I don't know about you, but it's my first Second City show that I've auditioned for and been cast in, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Same thing.
Good high
That's
five.
awesome.
Yeah.
How what was your first experience with the Second City?
So before I signed up for a whole term of classes, I took an afternoon stand-up workshop and a 3-day long improv and writing workshop to see which one suited me better.
Great idea.
Yeah, and I kind of realized stand-up is a lot of homework.
Yes.
And it doesn't really conform with my bedtime requirements.
Oh my gosh, I feel the same way. I was like, there needs to be early morning open mics.
Yeah.
or
yeah.
afternoon. Or
Lunchtime. Does anyone want to go at lunch and watch some open mic? Because I'll go to some lunchtime open mic. But 10 p.m. as a start to come put your name down is I'd have to change my whole lifestyle for that.
100%.
Plus make time for the homework. So I just decided to start with improv.
That's
and it's been great.
Had you done any stand-up before coming here?
No, but I I'm like the Joker.
Yes,
with my friends, but I grew up with a lot of very funny friends. I have this friend Mandy, and all of her cousins kind of grew up in the same area, and I swear all of them were just meant the whole family was so funny that I felt they really stepped up my game personally.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Can I come over to your family reunion? Can I come to your house? Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great idea. I feel like you had a pretty funny family too. Shout out to my fam.
Hey fam. Hey Mandy.
Whoop whoop. Hey Mandy's fam.
Hey Pish.
That's awesome. Hey Sly. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh.
Hey mom. Hey dad.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so
I just want to give a shout out to my dog.
That's right. What's your dog's name?
Hercules.
Oh, that's so sweet. I have a dog named Judy.
They should meet.
They should. What kind of dog is Hercules?
He is a long-haired Chihuahua with a sass complex. So unless your dog is pretty beta, he doesn't like other.
Oh, they would fight immediately. It would be really funny though. It's my dog. She's a little bratty sometimes too.
Don't you love them?
Smug, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, where do you get this from?
Yeah.
The only thing we have in common really is that we're fluffy and that we both don't like the snow and the cold. So, did you do any performing before coming to the Second City? Was that
not much? I did a play in middle school.
Oh, nice.
I grew up in LA, and I
Very cool.
You see a lot of people come for the industry, obsessed with the industry, or I had a lot of family here in Chicago, and they'd be like, "Oh, you live in LA? Do you know this?" And it kind of just was. I was over how cool everybody thought it was, and I find that a lot of. And I'm finding this more and more as I do more acting. There's sort of or at least what is presenting itself to me is this acting subculture of how hard everything is. Yeah. Someone was even texting me yesterday, as artists we're always strapped for cash, and I don't
buying into that.
I don't, and I don't like buying into it now that I'm doing it, and I also don't coming in, like I'm not gonna go put myself in the environment where everybody's always like, oh, this is so hard.
Yes, absolutely.
Like you have a good time with that.
Anyone, just complaining and
If like a happy life is a series of happy moments, then like take all your difficult stuff and like if you enjoy it, then it's happy. But if I don't already know that I enjoy it, I'm not trying to like
force
jump in on that. Doesn't sound great.
Absolutely. And it's if you're not enjoying it, then why are you here? Why are you doing it? This is my second career now as a librarian, and so I'm loving it so much, and it's like you kind of feel like it's right, even on days that are not the most fun. You're still kind of you're enjoying it deep down. On some level. Yes. So you do acting.
Well, so I'll tell you the story. I have a life coach. Hey, Nathaniel. No, I'm just kidding.
That's great.
Whose background is in improv, and when I moved to Chicago, he kept telling me like, you should really do something that's not exercise related and not networking related, because like that's what I was doing. And I signed up for some art classes that I didn't end up being able to take because we had a family tragedy and stuff. And he kept being like, just kind of dropping it gently here and there, improv. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check out this improv stuff. And I was just like, oh, I'm fast, I'm witty, like this, there's no homework, this is my jam, like boom, 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 let's play.
Yes, it's so much fun, and you're really good at it. I'm so glad we're on a team together.
Yes, it's so fun. You inspire me. You do really great characters and voices, and you like to get weird about it. Like, I'll play a man, I'll play an animal, I'll play... and I just love the like freedom that you bring to it.
Oh yeah, and I love like the structure. Like I feel like you really help, you and Angela especially, like, and Andy was saying it today, you really help like tie a bow on things, keep everybody together on the same page, make sure everything's moving forward, and that we know the environment, we know who everybody is. That's so
I'm a good
valuable.
Group wrangler.
Yes, which makes sense because you said that you're a coach, like a personal trainer. Is that?
No, like business, life, leadership, executive coach.
That's so cool.
Coaching, I love it so much, and I'm the oldest of 4.
Oh, that makes sense.
My dad got really sick when I was really young. I just like, I'm aware of like where all the people are and what's happening, which is really helpful also in acting, which I'm learning more and more about every day. But like, as you're doing a scene, you need to be aware of so many things. So I shot my first short film on Monday.
Awesome.
And I needed to like get slapped in the face and then knock something over so that it fell in a very particular way for the shot.
Wow.
Yeah, and then so it was like, I'm having a fight. I'm getting, and like, obviously he didn't just like haul off and slap me in the face. We did it with movie magic, but then it's like, then I had to fall into something and hit something in a very specific corner so it fell somewhere. And so like, you think I'm just acting and like maybe that happens or whatever, but it's amazing to me how like every detail you keep going on.
Yes, you're juggling so many things at one time. It's almost easier to just get slapped in the face and not have to worry about all that. But no, that sounds awful. But
and my first career is I'm an attorney, actually.
Ooh, that's exciting.
So I can keep a lot of things in my head and talk at the same time.
That's awesome.
I'm good with it, yeah.
Heck yeah. So you went to law school in LA? Or?
Yeah, Loyola Los Angeles, and I did my MBA there too. And then I did all of those kinds of business things and legal things, and it gave me a passion for coaching and just helping people have a better time in those environments. Like, I mean, it helps all of life, but I also really do a lot of work with organizations to like help people want to go and be there.
Absolutely. I feel we just had our rehearsal just now for our coached ensemble, and then we were able to talk a little bit with some of our teammates, and I feel the vibe from you that you want people to reach their potential. Like you have this deep like desire for that and ability to like help people do that. So I just comes off that way
because I'm like, I've not heard it phrased that way, but like and a lot of patience for it, but less and less in just like my pure personal life, because I'm like, no, that energy is for like helping people, like professionally, whether it's in the theater or but like as I'm dating and stuff, I kind of like more and more have higher standards of like, you need to be like a whole and complete like adult human being, because otherwise I really start to feel like I'm at work.
Oh gosh, yes, I can see that, definitely.
And I don't want to feel like I'm at work 24/7.
No.
Yeah.
No. So you took some workshops. You took stand-up and improv workshops, and you're leaning more towards
the improv was improv and writing, which I liked a lot.
Wow, that's a nice combination.
So it was good to get exposure to all of them. And then I've taken improv levels A through D, so I'm in my 7th month.
Are you in D right now?
Yeah.
Awesome.
of improv. And then doing this, I feel like, is a whole nother term's worth of like free coached ensemble, free
absolutely.
lessons. Yeah. And then I took acting 1.
Here at
Yes,
Second City? Awesome.
at Second City, because I really would like to do the conservatory program, and they ask you to take that before you sign up. And then actually this term I'm also in on-camera acting 1, because my acting interest is more improv is theater and I love it, but my acting interest is more film-based and commercial-based, so yeah.
Yeah, same. I mean, I love the teamwork that you have to do in a play, and I honestly just love rehearsals, and I love all the theater aspects. It is such a time commitment though too.
Yes, that's my problem. That's my main
and
problem.
with film, it's like you might be filming for 20 hours straight, but it's not like we're gonna have you back every single night for 3 months kind of thing too. So yeah, I feel the same way. I'm leaning towards more film and television, hopefully. And when did you start? When were those workshops?
So I've been doing, what are we in now? We're in November, and I've been doing improv about 7 months, and they were like the month or 2 before, like within a couple months. Yeah, so I just signed right after I did both of them. I just got a bug in me one day, and I was like, I'm gonna sign up for both workshops. And I signed up for, and then I did both workshops within like a 2-week span. And I was like, I liked improv better. I'm gonna sign up for a class now, and
that's perfect.
just committed to it and threw my weight behind it and loved it.
Gosh,
and it's so fun. Like I always leave Second City or any improv thing, even if I'm tired because it's late or we've done it or what, like on a high.
Absolutely. It is intoxicating. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, especially with the weather this past week, which I managed to bring up every 5 minutes right now, but it's like coming in out of the cold into this environment is black. It's like black and white. It's like entirely opposite. Just warmth and fun and laughter and ridiculousness. And we learned so much. Like you said, it's like a free class, this Coach Ensemble. And you said you're probably going to audition on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
I was not.
Good
I kind of
luck.
turned that decision around yesterday, but because I was going to travel a lot, but I'm just having so much fun that I want to do it again. Are you doing it again?
I'm considering it now because you brought it up, and that's the first
You
time I
should
heard about it
audition
coming
at
up
the
so
same time
fast.
with me.
That would be awesome. That would be really good time.
And then we can go to Music Jam. Do you want to go to Music Jam? Have you done Music Jam before?
Yes, one time, and I loved it. And I've been trying to get back every single time, every single week. It's on Saturdays at Second City from 4 to 5:30.
Yeah.
Nice. In DeMott. Yeah, I love the musical improv jam. It was so funny because the first time I went, I was like, oh, this is, I'm just going to sit and watch. And that's not how it works at all. They're like, get up here. Have you done it much, the musical improv jams?
So actually that weekend that I did the improv and writing workshop, on Saturday when we got out, they were like, we were just talking about, I want to go to jam. Like we were on the improv high, drank the improv Kool-Aid, and it was like, well, Music Jam is right now because we got out at 4 and it starts at 4, like you said. And so I just went in there, pardon me, and I don't have any musical background. And so part of me wanting to do improv music jams is that, one, the time is good. Right, like Saturday at 4, I'm free. I'm not half asleep. And
that's awesome.
And 2, it's not like something I have a background in, so I wanted to get really strong and comfortable with it. And I'm just like, I'll get up there and I'll sing terribly for all the people.
That's awesome.
But it's funny what you said about wanting to watch, because I brought my sister to a regular jam once, and she was like, do I have to get up? And I was like, you don't have to do anything. And she felt so uncomfortable being the only person sitting up and watching that it was fun to just see her get up and do a jam, having never done improv, and she was totally able to do it. So if anybody's listening and you haven't done anything before, don't be shy.
Yeah, give it a shot. Oh my goodness. It was kind of funny. I visited North Carolina just a few weeks ago and had my brothers and our friends and everything. I was like, okay, here's some games that we can play right now. And we had a blast with it. So much fun. So not even a year, just about a year you've been
7 months.
Second City? 7 months.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's not long at all.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, and I just shot my first short film, or I'm in the middle of it. We've done most of it. And what was really interesting about that experience too was I went in for a one-line audition for a one-line part, and nobody was there to play the main character, who I had not submitted for because I thought I was too old to play her. But I was like, well, I'll read for her, and if you need somebody, if people aren't showing up, I'm happy to do it. The only reason I didn't apply was for my age, so I ended up with the main role.
Oh my god!
After going in on my first totally stranger non-Second City audition. after going for one line. So I feel really good about that.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Like the right place at the right time, like stepping out and being willing to like accept something like
Yeah,
that.
the power of just like putting your name forward as like being open and willing to take something on. I was just like, consider me. And they did.
Yes.
It's really easy.
Gosh, that is so awesome. And you've got some neat stuff coming up too. You got the pillow fight on the 22nd.
I was just thinking about that yesterday. I'm going to be something's the 21st. Our first show is the 21st, which is a Thursday night. The next night I'm in my first improv competition, which is pillow fight. And then, the next week is Thanksgiving. Then we have 3 more shows, and then I have a graduation show, and I'm about to audition for the next round of Coach Ensembles, and I'm just like, look at me.
Bam,
boom, boom,
bam.
boom, boom. Yeah,
Nice.
killing it.
That is fantastic. Do you, the Level D, what night of the week do you do class?
Tuesdays.
Oh, okay.
So I see Angela around sometimes,
Oh,
who's
nice.
also in our Coached Ensembles, because I think she does Tuesdays too. So
That's
she's like,
awesome.
I ran into her, she's like, hey you, and I was just like, oh my God, I have so much to tell you.
Sorry. My boyfriend's in Improv D right now, and too. So he's got his in December as well. I wonder if they're on the same night.
Ours is scheduled for, if anyone's listening, please come.
Oh, absolutely.
December 20th at 7 p.m.
Oh my gosh, I think it is. I should just come and see everybody.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be so great.
Yes. What night does your boyfriend have class?
I think it's it's on Wednesday night.
Wednesdays. Cool.
Yep, that's awesome. How have you liked the improv program going through?
It's been really fun. We so I'll just tell you about my experience. I don't know if this is normal or not, but in Level A, our teacher was like, you guys should really stay together because you're all very different and you play very well together. So I've added like a really interesting ensemble that has been together now for like 6-7 months, and we just actually merged with another class because some people couldn't continue, and so they merged us with another class. So it's interesting now that we have new energy, and we had also our teacher in Level A encouraged us to spend time together, so we developed like a rapport.
That's great.
And improv is a lot of like picking up what is being put down like energetically, even if you're not looking. So you play a lot of games where you like just stop walking at the same time, or jump at the same time, or clap at, and we got really in tune with each other.
I love that.
Yeah, and then we played really well together, and that's why I was like, we should definitely hang out more at our Coached Ensemble, because it really, improv-wise, like adds something when you're like tuned into the energy of everybody else that you're playing with.
Oh, I think that sounds perfect. That is so exciting. Unfortunately, this will come out after Pillow Fight, but I'll definitely be repping the repping. I don't know if that's the word.
Yeah, go with it. I don't know what the kids say these days.
Yeah, some cool millennial slang, and put that there. The Level D performance. That's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'm excited about it.
Yes.
If I don't know if anybody's listening to this and you want to come, we are the Tuesday night 7 to 10 p.m. class. And we're supposed to be on December 20th at 7 p.m. So
nice.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I should have probably known this already. Now I'm on recording asking it. Do we have a name for our Coached Ensemble yet? Are we just Family Reunion?
the name of the show is the Family Reunion. Do we need a team name?
I don't
we
know.
can
I feel
start
like
brainstorming
we do.
team names.
I feel like we need a team name because I've heard some really funny ones, and I don't know if we have one. But we've got another rehearsal. Maybe that'll be the time. So we'll say something. It'll pop out.
Do you have any inspired names that you want to throw in for brainstorming?
Slut.
Slut. Oh my God. I would die of joy if we could call our group the Sluts.
Gosh.
I want to be, if anyone in the world wants to be in an improv group called the Sluts, find me.
Oh my God, that would be wonderful. Gosh, that sounds really good. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back.
See you later,
with more
Sluts.
Nicole.
Hey y'all, do you like your man like you like your truck? All jacked up with a big old bed and smelling like gasoline? Well, if so, then you need to reach for Uncle Porky's gasoline-scented cologne for men. That's what my man wears, and ever since he started, it has really fueled our romance. Well, I like a good blue-collar boy, a strong mechanic type. And now, it don't just look like he been pumping all day, it smells like it too. Petroleum. Y'all reach for some Uncle Porky's gasoline-scented cologne for men now, you hear?
Alrighty, we're back with Nicole Perkowitz.
Hey, Sluts.
And actually, before we get too far, and we got a spicy topic here. Oh man. But before we do that, would it be all right? It's one of my little bits. If I guessed your middle name.
bets. Please come at me with your bets.
Oh, okay. I'm always tempted to just run through all the obvious ones.
It's not obvious, so that's why I'm really excited about this game.
Okay, good. We narrowed those.
I'll give you
down.
$100 if you get it in your first 10 tries.
Oh my God. Is it a name? Like it's a name? Like I would know it? Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't want to ask too many questions because I feel like that'll avoid the $100.
It's a name.
Can I ask another question?
I'm not guaranteeing that I'll answer it.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. You choose to answer or not. Is it specific to like a country of origin? Like an
I would say
culture?
it's not, but it's not a super popular name in America.
Okay.
Although I understand, because for some reason I looked it up recently, it's becoming more popular.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Venezuela.
No.
Nicole. Okay. I want to ask what it starts with, but I can't. I've been trying to be more
I'll
disciplined.
give that to you. H.
H. Oh, Hismeralda.
No.
His and hers.
No.
Geralda.
No.
Geraldo
Unfortunately.
seems like a boy name, but
Unfortunately, it's
Geralda.
not Geralda. That would have been great. Mom, what were you thinking?
Exactly.
What is that, 4? 5?
I
I'll
think
give you 4. We'll call that 4, so 6 more.
Oh, okay. We got 6 more. Ooh, I'll just put the pressure back on.
Take a deep
I was like,
breath.
I got 6 more.
His and hers does. Gonna crack me up forever. It's neither his done nor hers done.
No, neither.
unfortunately.
I always say that. I'm like, is it neither or neither? People be like, neither. And I'd be like, I don't know. Which one is it?
Tomato.
That's right. Samantha?
It's not Samantha.
Nicole? Hope I don't get it wrong?
No.
That
Sounds like
one
you're doing a
counts as a
vocal
guess.
exercise. Ha, ho, ho. You got 10 more seconds.
Oh my God. Haynes.
Nope.
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 Hi.
No.
Nicole Hydra.
I lost count, but I'll give you one last one.
Okay, one more. Hemoglobin.
Fuck. No,
That's
I
it?
wish.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
Helene.
Oh, God, that's beautiful.
Thank you. I think so too.
Gosh.
You have a beautiful name, Emma Rose. And
Oh,
Perkowitz feels a little clunky. Sometimes I'm tempted to use Perk, so who knows what my acting name will be. But
have you ever thought about Perky?
it's a
Nikki
nickname like all of my cousins and I get, because my dad is
I
one
bet.
of 8, and so I have a lot of cousins, and I'll see on Facebook like people will write to them like, hey Perky, and I was
my
just like,
gosh.
it's like a universal use.
Yes.
And actually my coaching company is called Perks Coach.
Oh, that's
Like
perfect.
I answer to everything. Every word you can make out of perk, I answer to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Like percolator for the coffee.
Oh, I love, like, when I'm coaching, I'll be like, why don't we let that percolate? It's like my signature.
Yes.
Like
bam.
throwing the word perk in, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like it makes me think of the acapella community. We could just make acapella out of anything. Acapulco. So I have another bit as well. And my bits are a little silly. My silly bits.
Slut with your silly bits.
Yeah, let me show everyone my silly bits. Have you ever seen the film Fight Club? Film is a strong word.
I have not.
Oh,
I know.
Okay. Well, that's no problem. One of my bits is to ask for quotes from Fight Club, and I don't know how it exactly started, but yes, I do, and it's a secret, and I will as soon as I remember.
I know
think of
one
it.
Quote-ish.
Okay.
The first rule of Fight Club.
Yes! Oh my gosh. That makes me so happy because just a couple weeks ago, I had somebody on, they were so confidently said, what happens in Fight Club stays in Fight Club.
Oh,
I was like, dying laughing. Oh
my God. And had that person seen it?
Oh, yes. And they just thought 100% that was the line.
I
was like,
love
yes.
that I just like beat somebody who's actually seen
Yes.
it. Take that person.
That's awesome. I'm thinking about having like a showing a Fight Club showing or something like that
I'd
with
come.
all the things.
I'd come to whatever you were doing. It's so fun.
Thank you. Yes. So we were just having an interesting conversation on our commercial break about giving and receiving energies in an improv team or group or ensemble.
Yeah.
And how important that is to be able to pick up on those vibes and give those vibes, and how it's almost got a sexual tension behind it. But I think, and we were kind of trying to put a pin on that of like what that means. And like personally, as we were talking about this, I was thinking that maybe it has to do with just attraction, that we're attracted, on like a guttural level to other people who are doing this thing well with us. Like sex.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because like I don't know where else other than sex you have to be that tuned in to where other people are in like space, time, and dimension, and not in like a parenting way, but just in like another adult, like what is lighting this person up? What is and and one of the reasons why I actually wanted to take acting was because at the end of the day, I'm not entirely convinced that energy is not just energy. So like, but there is like, it's very different. I was texting with somebody than like going to an office and then you leave and you're tired, but like you come and there's this energy and like you're playing and then you have to be aware of everybody and even like their body, and like also improv is decidedly not sexual because they don't want you to like pimp people into like having to kiss you or it's especially, I don't know, I've only been in classes at Second City, but they're very good about consent and touching and like
100%. I asked you today, I was like, I'm gonna just if I touch you in the thing. You're like, go for it.
Pronouns, and it's made me very aware, like
socially. Me too. From coming here, I do appreciate that they like handle that responsibility really well.
So well, yeah.
I love that. And I took a writing class here back in May, and that was one of the points that that my teacher kind of impressed on us is that like we're here to be funny, but we also want to have a point that we're making, and we want to understand that our comedy makes an impact on the world, and the world makes an impact on our comedy, and we can't take that lightly.
Yeah.
Even if it's silly.
Yeah, I totally agree, and people they want to be very overtly when they come to improv shows. Like they want to say like gynecologist, you're like they want to give you overtly sexual things, and it's not sexual in that way, but it's like it's sexual in the way like a Renaissance fair is sexual, where there's this undertone of like, I mean in a Renaissance fair, which I've only been to like once, but I feel like there's this undertone of like sexual energy, and in improv it's more of like there's this undertone of just like being aware of everybody's energy, but then you're talking and you're joking and like you do throw sexual jokes in, especially depending on the ensemble that you're playing with, and like it's
like what really excites people. It gets their blood pumping and connected. We're all just consenting adults playing Imagination Land together.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but when I was a kid
you're physical.
And I played like dolls or whatever, it always got sexual.
Yeah.
Like as a child. I didn't know what any of it meant or anything, but I'm like, I'm gonna smash these Barbies together.
I'm still not sure what it means. But I just think it's good to acknowledge it. Like I don't want to pretend that it's not there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like it's really big of you to say you're not sure what it means. I fall into this category of like I want to have an answer for everything, but just making the observation is so valuable in and of itself. And then being able to like mull that over and make that decision down the line when you get more information. And
or just my job is molding that energy.
Yeah. And
I would be lying to say that there is not a sexual component to it. And I think a lot of people come to performing arts everybody comes with their own energy or whatever, but either like they want to get laid or they're hoping to meet people. And there's also something more about performing arts where you do all the, like if you're in theater, you change in front of each other a lot or whatever, and you don't make it sexual, but then it's like you're more comfortable. Like these are adults, like not in an office. You do actually end up touching them or whatever. You become more comfortable, and then you make jokes, and then it's comedy, so you like can make whatever joke you want when you get in a bunch of comedians, and it gets really filthy and raunchy. And even though that's not happening on stage, like the energy is just always there.
Yes, 100%. It was funny actually. My boyfriend and I met here at Second City.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it was kind of, so I have to agree.
Have you told this story on the podcast yet? Or do you want to tell us your meet cute?
Yes, I had him on the podcast. It was funny because the first time that or when we first started dating, we would just make up stories every time. They'd be like, how did you guys meet? And we'd be like, well, there was a plane. And he was on this plane and I was on that plane, and they crashed into each other when we met in the ocean. Mm-hmm. And like just make up the most ridiculous improv stories or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then people would just be like, and I'd be like, we met in improv class at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been really fun. And you know, he's kind of talked about this. I think I've talked about this on previous podcasts as well. You're surrounded by empathetic people. I feel like in improv, a lot of times the people that are really good at improv are able to pick up those energies. Oh, spit a little. Pick up some of my spit there. Sorry.
I didn't see it. You totally could have played that. I would have never known.
I'm so bad at that.
And can I just say for the record, it's not that improv attracts hot people. Like a lot of times those people that are coming in hoping to get laid, like they're not like the world's best looking, like I'm going to be an actor and I'm going to get like, you know, and I'm not saying that anybody is or isn't hot, but it's not that like that's the reason. It's the energy, the awareness, the physicality, the like the compulsion of adult comedians who get in a room and start making jokes to just take it there.
Yes, 100%. And I feel like a sense of humor is one of my biggest like attractions to people. If I feel like I can joke well with you and that we've got a good thing going, joking back and forth. And so it's like with my partner, with him being in improv now, me being here, I actually just started the conservatory program.
Oh my God, I want to know all about that.
It's so much fun. And so at home, you know, in our day to day, it's just nonstop jokes. I mean, you have good days, bad days, like every relationship, but oh my God, it's just so much. That's like one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
You know, it's just being able to laugh together, and it makes somebody 15,000 times more attractive. I feel like you can come in, two people can look exactly the same. One person who is willing and able to jump in and do some comedy and be vulnerable, put themselves out there, is gonna just soar.
Yes.
Oh.
And I was telling you, I totally agree that like I'm, as we said, obsessed with the word sluts.
Whoop, whoop.
And like I knew that I could call all of my improv and comedy and whatever friends sluts, and it would be. I'm just like, what are you sluts doing? And they're like telling me with it, like, you know, just and then I forget that other people have these arbitrary lines, and I was like just using it as a word, and I accidentally offended somebody, and I'm just like, I'm not sure I know how to like be. I mean, I know if in a professional environment or whatever, you know, I run a company and everything, but like, I'm not sure I know how to be like socially, how to make up where your line is anymore. Mine are gone now.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God. I so agree. Oh man, I've gotten to the point now where, and I was kind of like this before, but it's really skyrocketed since I've been here. I'm looking for the funny thing in every situation in Second City and in the real world, like outside this building. I'm just looking for the joke and for the thing just to entertain myself. So I have a really bad habit of laughing out loud at things that are hilarious to me, even if it's not appropriate for me to be laughing at them. I was on set, I do a lot of extra work. And so I accidentally smacked somebody else in the boob, and I thought it was funny, and they're just mired in like awkwardness, and I'm just belly laughing, trying so hard just to back up far enough so that they can't hear me laughing, and I'm just like, this was funny to me. It's the right time. It hit me right. I'm gonna laugh at it. I'm just gonna enjoy my moment here at your expense. I'm so sorry that this is an awkward moment. It happened. It's done. Nobody did it on purpose.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to take away from me what I think is funny. Yeah, I'm not going to go down there into your like lower vibration with you. Like I'm having the best time, and you can all choose to have a terrible time. And part of coaching like really tunes you into the fact that like we choose how we want to experience the world or feel, like it's based on our thoughts and our perspective. And so like I'm comfortable with having a different perspective, and if mine makes me happier than yours makes you, that's just life.
Yes, and that's your journey of finding the perspective that makes you happy, and I want that for people. I think you want that for people too.
Yeah,
you know, we're not
and I want to
saying
show them that it's possible.
Happy. Exactly. Yeah. You got to be that light, that beacon of like, this is like a goal in some way, and I'm not going to stay at this point of happiness, but I'm going to constantly make that choice every day to look for it and try to, you know, be in the environment that makes me the most happy or the most successful and motivated. Yeah, absolutely. And confident. It's like, those are the things that when I was growing up, I thought people were born that way. You know, I thought people were born confident and born motivated and this and that. And it took me so long to realize that no, that we are all just having to work at our own self-esteem, and that nobody's perfect, and you know, the people that really seem to be sometimes are struggling the most and are working the hardest.
I mean, it's true in a sense that like if you do watch children, they will gladly get up in front of a room and do things. And I use it as a lot of coaching examples, actually. Like, if you say to a kid, like, who wants to get up and play this? They're all like, me, I want to get up, I want to do it, I want to participate, And if you say it to a bunch of adults, even, like, in the very beginnings of improv, or even, like, in our ensemble, like, a new team playing together, everybody's kind of, like, hesitant, or, like, you go first. And I love that energy of kids. And it's not every kid is going to be into it in every moment. And even, you know, with being joyous, like, it's not that I don't understand that you're in a different place and that's annoying to you. It's just that sounds like a personal problem to me. It's not my problem. I'm not going to have a bad day.
Yes.
But I do love just remembering that, like, kids don't have this level of bullshit that interferes with their ability to just play. And then we come here and we just play, and it's so beautiful.
Yes. And as adults, we don't judge kids for making mistakes or as they're learning. And it's like, if we could look at each other with that too and say, like, you just made a mistake or you just did something awkward, and we laugh about it and say, oh, that's life, we're all humans, like we would with a child, I think it would take away a lot of this, like, stress and structure that's not unnecessary, like social constructs that we don't really need.
Yeah.
Life is fascinating.
Yeah. Like, if it's like, it's being a coach informs just a lot of, like, my presence in the world, so I keep bringing it up. But, like, you know, people will be like, so and so said they hate me, and they'll, like, be having, like, so what if your 6-year-old said they hate you? It's, like, cute. They're having a moment. They're in the, like, right? And so, like, if we could give other adults the, like, compassion and leeway to just, like, have feelings and have fun and have whatever that we give to kids, like, I don't know why we take it away. And I make a point of not wanting to be that kind of force in the world. Like, I want to just give everybody the chance to, like, have a good time. And that's why at my heart, like, it's, even with acting, it's comedic acting. It's like, I want the joy of laughing. I have no interest in being in, like, a horror movie or whatever.
I do. But that's just because I like to play weirdos.
Oh, there you go.
In the horror movie, I wouldn't want to be the damsel in distress. I'd want to be whatever horrifying thing is terrorizing everyone. Just because I think that would be fun. But I know what you mean. I feel like I've gotten unlucky. I mean, I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate to have been able to be in any of the short films or full-length features that I've had the roles in. I'm so appreciative to preface it with that. But at the same time, they have not been comical roles. And so I'm craving that for sure. Yeah. Is the short film that you're in on Monday, Marin, is that a comedy? Isn't it funny how that works?
Yeah.
It's like, we're so willing to do this hilarious stuff. I've got to start doing comedy films.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember it right now because I know it was a play off of the song Shots, but I can't remember what it was this morning, that I cracked myself up so hard where I'm like, this should be like a short, or like I should be writing things. And I've started keeping a list in my phone of just words that are funny, things. Yes. That was my problem when I went to do stand-up, was like, I've not written it down when it happens. And even though I know I'm funny, like in the moment, it was like we're going to go to an open mic in 20 minutes, write some stand-up. And I was like, it was all crap.
Oh my gosh! I started doing stand-up a couple years ago. I haven't done it much, but I did some open mics. I did some showcases with some other stand-up comics in North Carolina, and it was a great experience. But I definitely learned, writing everything funny down, everything that made me laugh out loud. I've got written down. The hard thing is making absolutely any sense of it later, because I'll go back and read it. I'll be like, what the hell does that mean?
I'll say to my friends, I've got to write that down, and it's not just like the word or the phrase, it's the context. You know, yes. I got to write the whole thing down.
Exactly. I keep notes. I have like several notebooks. You know, you can write them longhand, which is what I prefer, but it always ends up on my phone because it's easier. It's more convenient. For example, this one was from Sunday. It's one single sentence. Would you like to read that?
I would love to read that. Would you like it in a particular accent?
Oh, just world's your oyster.
Well, I'm just going to read it regular. Nobody sucks my girl's dick but me.
Yes. Fuck if I know what that means.
I'll share one. And hopefully I can find one that has a little bit of context before we
This is making me so happy right now. Oh.
This is my dog, by the way.
Oh, listeners, it's so cute.
I know. So
you can send me that picture if you want. I'll put it on our promo.
Yes. I love that.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We could just do a whole segment of like notes of comedians.
Oh my gosh. So I keep a list of words that are funny. Can I share the words with you?
Oh, I'd love that.
Scooch.
Scooch.
Bonkers.
Oh yes.
Sheepish. Plump.
I have to repeat every one.
Yeah, they're good to say.
Plump. Oh, I
Plump.
did it again.
Skedaddle.
Try to say plump without spitting.
You could spit.
Heck yeah. The more the better.
Skedaddle.
Skedaddle.
Actually, spittle is a funny word.
Spittle is a funny word.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that.
Hard T's.
Tussle.
Tussle?
Tussle, like fight.
Tussle. Ooh, getting into a little tussle.
Yeah, rumble.
Yes.
And persnickety.
Persnickety. Oh, bring these words back.
Yeah.
Oh, 2020, the year of ridiculous words.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
And then one of the other things that I wrote down was I was talking to some woman randomly out in the world who told me that she wanted to take classes on intuition.
Ooh.
And I wrote the joke, I don't know, that I made out of it was like, it's like the irony of striving for nonchalance, you know?
Oh
it's
my
like,
God,
I'm going to take classes on intuition. And I just loved that interplay.
I love that. I'm in a musical called Subtlety. Something like that. Oh my God.
You're striving for nonchalance.
That is fantastic. Oh, yeah. I'm almost afraid to say some of these because they might end up being commercials.
Oh,
some
yeah.
of my commercials are entirely made up garbage. I've gotten lucky enough to have a sponsor though recently. Whoop, whoop.
I also thought it was funny.
Full of knit.
That's funny. Well, one thing I love about being connected to comedy is that you can turn anything in life, like you find something funny in it and you still write that down and use it. So I had a friend who a friend of a friend whose house got broken into. So I'm looking around my house thinking like, okay, if somebody comes in here and I'm in here, what would I do? And I was like, I'd have to beat a robber to death with a cat tower, like bludgeon them with carpet. Yes. Because that's the only weapon I have around here.
Oh my God, yes.
So I thought that was so fun. Just the idea of like bludgeoning somebody with a cat tower cracked me up.
And like you just said, like these things that happen in real life, they may not seem comical at the time.
Oh, not at all.
Oh, sometimes I'll be mid-story repeating it and I'll realize, I'll be like, oh, this is getting a lot of laughs. Like, I didn't think this was funny until I started talking. For example, and this might not be funny, because whenever you say, this is a funny story, then it just immediately makes it not funny.
I don't like it when people recommend movies to me by like, this is the best, movie was my favorite, because I will never enjoy the movie. No. I'm just like, tell me if I should see it, and that's it. Like, I just don't want all the
constantly
details.
Walking that line, because I'm such a exaggerator, where I'm just like, this is the best movie. You're probably going to hate it. Don't even watch it. But it's awesome. It's so stupid. Like
You're a hyperbolizer?
Yes. Oh, I'm a hyperbolizer. Oh.
That's a good word.
But recently, I love my mom, and I went to visit her, and she's a little dramatic. That's where I get it from. Love you, Mom. And I was like,
love you, Mom.
Yeah, I was saying bye to her, and she was saying bye to me, and she, I got a long drive home, and I probably won't see her again for a while, and everything. So she got real sad real quick. We're having a great time, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get going. I didn't think you were leaving right away. And she turns around, and then I said, you can come visit. And this was right after our first snow in October. Anyway, I'm not upset about it at all. And so I said, well, you can come visit me in Chicago. And she spins around and she's like, fat chance. And I was like, what? And she was like,
I'm going to add that to my words.
Yes.
That's so good.
I was like, wait, what just happened? And she was like, I hate it there because the weather.
Yeah.
And it took everything in me not to yell back, like, I hate it too. Because I wanted to win the argument. But I love it in Chicago. This weather is like, it's torture for me. And I'm so spoiled weather-wise. I'm not spoiled in any other way. Like, I could live in a trash can if the weather was warm. But it's not warm. It's like 14 degrees right now.
Yeah, but so I feel like you're going to have to find a way to make your peace with that.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be going on for a while.
It's going to be a minute.
Yeah. So you're just going to have to stay home.
Time.
Like, you're going to have to lean into, like, the joy of staying home and cuddling with that little fluffy dog.
I thought about going to the
boyfriend.
tanning bed, which is not great for your skin. And then I'm just like, I could be
talk
poisoned.
About this.
Do you go to tanning bed?
No, I go to big box stores and walk around them because I want to walk in like big open air environments. Because I'm from LA, I'm not used to being able to stuck in small rooms, and I really get like cabin fevery about it. I go to Target, I'll go to Costco to just walk around and then like I'll eat a hot dog because I'm there or whatever.
Yeah. No, I've never historically have never been a mall person. I went to a mall like last month, and I was like, this is satisfying something that I've needed.
They open them early here so you can walk around or something. I don't know, my aunt does one of those things.
I feel the same way. And it's funny because I really love small spaces if I'm by myself, like, which is a little probably creepy sounding.
Like a blanket fort.
Yeah, like a closet or a blanket fort. Like, I'm super happy. But then the idea of being inside, a small house or an apartment or a small building on so often as we have to be because the air is poison here. No. The snow is beautiful. I just try to find a nice thing to say.
I just want to look at it from inside.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't really, I mean, I didn't grow up sledding or anything like that. I don't want, like, I'm not interested. Give me some hot chocolate. But I joined a big gym by my house.
Oh, nice.
Not just to be able to go somewhere and exercise, because you can't walk, I personally don't want to walk outside all the time, but just like, it had a lot of big open spaces, and sometimes I go and I'm just like, oh, I need to go back to the locker room. I need to go, just because like I'm making excuses to stroll about.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's a great idea. I need to find a gym. You said you do exercise a lot. That's been like a big part of your life?
Yeah,
that's good for mental health too. We mentioned that.
I do. I have trouble finding a way to like fit regularly into my schedule. So I'm not like on Tuesdays at noon, but I do, and I love it. And like, I know if I start not sleeping well, I need to start exercising more because it like does something for like my body regulation. Yes. And I'm not tired enough. Things aren't moving around enough. So so I always like. You take breaks or whatever, but I always go back to it because it just helps everything move around and function.
Absolutely. Sometimes I feel like, Emma, life is so complicated. Everything's so difficult and hard. What are the answers? And then I'm like, drink water and exercise, and then I'm fine.
And laugh.
Yes. And it was funny. Okay, so with the cold, I'm going to just full honesty, it is so hard to get out of bed. Mm-hmm. Like knowing that the apartment's gonna be cold, like when I'm out of this bed, and I'm like, then I'm gonna have to be even colder throughout the day until I get back into bed. And this morning, I found a motivation for myself that I'm hoping will work again. Because sometimes, you find something that motivates you, and you're like, yes, that worked, and then you try it again, and you're like, oh, that worked that time. So hopefully it'll keep working. But I think what I'm gonna tell myself is that just remind myself what a curious person I am. And tell myself that in the morning when it's time to get out of bed, say, what is going to happen today? You have no idea. We didn't know we were going to do this podcast today.
No, we didn't know this until half an hour before we started.
No. So. And would this podcast happen if I were still in bed?
No. And we would not.
And it'd be a little different.
Yeah.
It'd be an odd podcast.
Yeah, and this is really our first time talking or hanging out one-on-one, so you would have missed out on all this, Emma.
Damn! That would suck. Oh, man. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to try to remind myself. I don't know if it'll always work,
and then you get to get back in it at the end of the day.
Yes,
too.
exactly.
And so if you don't get out of it, you can't get back into it.
That's a great point. Yes, absolutely. And that's kind of what I'm reminding myself about the weather too, is that I'm going to really enjoy summer. This coming summer, 2020, probably going to be the best one of my life.
Well, that's why in Chicago, when the weather is nice, the city comes alive. I really fell in love with Chicago this summer. Everybody is out and about and doing whatever.
Happy as can be, smiling, giving directions, giving things for free. Here, have this, have that, and just, everybody is so happy. And I came home yesterday and I was like, why is everyone so sad now? But really, no, they're just kind of normal now. Everybody was super into it all summer.
Well, also they're walking around with their hoods on and they're trying to stay warm, and so you kind of fold out into yourself. You don't want to but you're not expressive and laughing and waving your arms. You're just let me get to my car.
Yes, absolutely. I would say hello, but if I stop for another second, I will freeze.
Yeah.
Yes. And we have similar jackets here. Yeah. These massive black jackets.
Yeah. I can offer you one other suggestion, which is I like to get out of bed. Well, my dog makes me get out of bed to let him out, but then I'll start make boiling water for tea or whatever, hot beverage, and do all that, and put on my extra stuff. We have we're lucky enough to have a backyard, so I don't have to go outside, but I put on all the extra warm stuff to go downstairs and let him out, and then I make a hot beverage while he's out, and then I get back in bed still wearing all of my warm stuff, and make sure I get very warm and cuddle with him a little bit.
Yes.
And so we have a nice little winter morning routine that involves warming up together.
That's so sweet. I love that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The mornings with my dog are literally the most precious. And there's so many times where I'll go to grab my phone in the morning as a habit and be laying in bed and have my phone in front of me, and she would just knock that shit out of my hand. And sometimes I'll be like, hi, hey, but most of the time I'm like, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I tell my dog too. I'm like, thank you. I should be punked like that. You are right.
That's right.
And so when I knock other people's phones out of their hands, I'm just like, Hercules.
Yes. That's awesome, Hercules.
And to round this out before we finish,
that's awesome.
dogs really, they're not coming down to be annoyed with you either.
No.
They're going to hold the space of having a happy day. And most of the time it cheers up other, other people around them. And as long as you're not they're not too aggressively in your space. And so just a happy puppy in the world.
Absolutely. And like with our dogs, my dog is 9 pounds.
9 pounds and 15 years old.
Yours is 9 pounds and 15 years old? Oh my gosh. See, even if they were to be overly aggressive, they're not gonna hurt anything. Yeah. It's the worst. You do your worst, little guy. Yeah.
I could not injure anybody, really.
No.
I don't have the
Protect
strength.
me, Judy!
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'm not gonna injure you with my joy, I promise you, world.
That is awesome. Oh. God, thank you so much for being here. I feel like we really tackled a lot of subjects in a short amount of time and got to know each other. I'm so glad.
Yes, this
Yay,
is so
the day.
fun. Thank you so much for inviting and just doing this. It was just super cool. You're like, I do this podcast and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I love people that are up to things in the world. Tell me more. I want to do it. I want to participate. And it's been a blast.
Well, thank you so much. And, I'm so excited about our performance. By the time this comes out, I'll be able to tell everybody about how it went and everything, how wonderfully it went.
Yeah. And
pushing out those
come to
positive
my
vibes.
graduation show if you sluts want. And feel free to co-opt the word slut because it doesn't need to mean slutty or anything like that. It's just so fun to say.
Fun words.
Yeah.
2020. All the fun words.
Bonkers.
Skedaddle. Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's time for us to scooch and skedaddle. Oh my gosh. So I will be reviewing all of your upcoming things. And so if there's anything else that pops up, if you get this next coached ensemble, which fingers crossed, I'll be promoting that as well.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day, listeners. This is the part of the podcast where I elaborate on some things we talked about and make some corrections if necessary. Thank you so much, Nicole, not only for being on the Pish Tosh podcast, not only for performing with me at the musical improv jam at Second City last Saturday, not only for performing with me in our coached ensemble group, which is called the Family Reunion, which I like to pronounce Family Reunion, spelled very differently. Not only for inviting me to compete with her on our pillow fight team last Friday, Margaret Schmargaret. It was so much fun. Not only all of that, she also invited Corey and I over on Sunday for a sex-positive brunch, which is not an orgy, but it was just a group of like-minded people being able to discuss sexuality and sexual things in a very comfortable and safe environment. I really appreciated that. It was lovely. So I said that Nicole's an Improv D, and so I wanted to reiterate that she's got a Level D show coming up December 20th at 7 p.m. You know who else is in Improv Level D? Corey Harris, my man Corey. His show is also on December 20th at 6 o'clock, so I strongly suggest you guys come down to Second City on the 20th and listen to some kick-ass improv at Donnie's Skybox. Helena, Nicole's middle name, is derived from ancient Greece. I did a little research, actually. Ooh, that's exciting. Anyway, Nicole got another audition for Coached Ensemble, and she got another Coached Ensemble performance run. So keep an ear out, an eye and an ear and a nose, all your senses out for those dates, which should be coming up later this winter. It's going to be awesome. Also, I do have a new blog post out if anyone's interested in a quick read on my website, www.emmaredmarchrose.com. It's my 11th blog entry this year of 12, so we're getting down there. It's called November to Yesember. Talks a little bit about setting reasonably attainable goals with the new year just around the corner. Anyway, next week's episode of the Pish Tosh podcast will be a celebration because next week is episode 25. I will be a quarter of the way to my goal of 100 episodes, and I'm going to celebrate by combining all the test segments in my previous interviews together into one crazy collaboration. Every time I do an interview, I do a quick, short test recording with the interviewee, and it's usually anywhere from like 30 seconds to a minute or so, and no one's ever heard these before, So I'm going to combine them all together next week for your listening pleasure. I cannot wait to celebrate 25 episodes with you all. Last but not least, I'd like to congratulate reoccurring man, CJ Darneater, for getting his Sketchcast audition pulled and accepted. He will be doing Sketchcast January and February. Somebody else auditioned as well and also made Sketchcast. It's me. So that means we'll be able to co-write some of our own material and then perform it on stage at the Second City. This is a crazy awesome opportunity. We're both so grateful and overjoyed and terrified. And congratulations again, CJ Darneater. Congratulations to Nicole one more time for getting another coached ensemble and being such an awesome person for being on this podcast. All right, thank you so much for all you listeners, and come back next week to celebrate 25 episodes.